Welcome back, Sleeper. It's me, SS Cannon, here with some more Citizen Sleeper. And we actually had to go over a couple of things because I don't know how, but for some reason, my typical program that I use to mix everything, disconnected my microphone for my previous recording, so there was zero mic audio at all, right? I recorded an entire episode and I was like, oh yeah, everything was working, everything's good, but apparently, I don't know, it does that sometimes from what I was when I looked into it. So there's no mic audio. So we've actually done quite a bit since. If you recall what had happened, I think before that, we found out that Yannick was apparently working with SNARP and was using implants that were given to the variant gang members as well, test products, right? They're just monitoring to see how well they're doing, malfunctions, work out all the bugs, kind of like what they did to us. Right? We were growing mushrooms because mushrooms are in season and everybody wants them and everybody needs them. We ran the Bliss. Bliss was someone who needed some help, doing contracts and stuff like that. So we teamed up with her. We had to pay kind of a down period to get a contract so that we work on it. And I think that was pretty much it. So let's kind of go over the things that I did that are of impact. First off, we went back to Horizon Side Rail. We obviously we had a lot of cycles to wait before things like grew and like people got contracts and stuff like that. During that time, we decided to work at Horizon Side Rail, and we actually finished it out. We finished it out. We made a lot of cryo. It's great, and we were able to. Well, now we're in a waiting period. Actually, you can see here, we're actually sort of waiting now because they're starting to move it. That's going to take 6 cycles, but also I think in 3 cycles, the draw to see who's all going to be a part of the colony ship is going to be happening. Obviously, Lim is very excited for that. Right? Gives him and Mina a chance to start a new life, and hopefully, we get in. I think other than that, let's move on out. Obviously, we know what happened to the Bantian. Became after we fixed the distillery and everything, we can cook mushrooms ourselves there, and that's take a meeting. But here in Ravia's territory, we actually got assigned to Yannick's territory. Right, Yannick had came by. Ravia had thrown us a, glowing recommendation, and we went there to work in his section with the goal of essentially breaking into his office. We knew that he was connected to SNR, but we needed a way to actually get the information that he was sending out to prove it, which involved us trying to find a relay. But we worked in his section for a good bit, gained his trust, and we were given the once only opportunity. It was a critical action, meaning that we only had one die that we could use. We had one chance to get it right. And, we rolled pretty well typically, so we had a 6 available to ensure a positive outcome, and we were able to break into his office essentially while he asked us to get him some medicine. When we did so, we found that in a sort of locked kind of booby trapped drawer, which we were able to get through and everything, there was an implant, not a relay. And the general consensus was we couldn't figure out or pinpoint the relay because it was either on the move or it was just heavily concealed. There are multiple points we didn't know. And it came to the realization that Yannick was the relay point. That there was actually a implant in his head that we all knew about and stuff was actually the relay point that was pinging from the varying other implants in the gang and being sent to SNR, and it became the idea that there was a good chance Yannick wasn't alive anymore. That the implant itself was either just a sort of AI sentience of varying protocols having him act the way that he was, or he was being puppeted by SNR, and there was no idea how long that had been happening. So when we actually destroyed the connecting point, Yannick died. Or at least the body of Yannick ceased to function. Whether or not it was the idea that it became that we didn't really kill Yannick. Yannick was already dead, and his body was just sort of on autopilot because of the implant, which is pretty fucked up. That's what I'm really out there doing a lot of fucked up shit. But Yannick's death has been, well, sort of big, and now we're kind of on a wait as that kind of gets sorted out, right? Stories about how he died because he just sort of keeled over and died. So we're on to dealing with that. So let's actually head up to see what Bliss is up to. We're actually on a timer with Bliss because we got the contract. She got a contract. It was about filling this, or at least getting rid of these varying leaks that were happening in this capsule. We had a good critical action that allowed us to essentially do half of it all at once. We flushed the system, identified all the leaks, and then it was just a matter of sealing them up. And there was a time limit on the contract. Where we had enough dice, obviously, that we saved up, and we were able to do it kind of all at once. And with that, we got paid, or at least we should have got paid. Turns out, as soon as the payment came in, it was gone. It was gone, and it wasn't. We didn't know that for a moment. But it turns out that Bliss's ex, whoever he is, had set up a back door in the terminal that we were using, allowing essentially as soon as the money hit our account, transferred to a anonymous account. So he stole all our money. He stole all the profit that we made off of that. Also, Mort showed up like when the contract came in at our place, all creepy and awkward like. Arts is kind of awkward. He doesn't, I don't think he socializes very well with people, but, he's good assistant. He's a good worker and all that stuff, so, he doesn't need to be. But Bliss was pretty much pissed. Pretty pissed, because, especially because me, I spent money. I had to actually fund that contract, and we didn't get paid for it. But she ended up dealing with it the most rational way you probably could. She smashed the terminal to bits. And then was like, alright, what? Go get me a new terminal. We don't have to hack in. We just destroy that terminal and get a new one. The cheapest one that we can find, obviously, because we don't have a lot of cryo. I mean, I'm pretty shitted up, but I'm not trying to pay for all of this shit. And then she's got like lasers. She apparently, as she cleans the thing, she's like a laser kind of thing, just disintegrate it all, or she spaces it. But in this case, we got to see lasers. It's pretty cool. And now we're sort of waiting for a new contract, right? And then hopefully this time we actually get paid for it. So that is everything that happened on the Bliss section thing. So let's go ahead and head to the Greenway, where we've been growing a multitude of mushrooms and such to help us out. So, I see we're waiting for Rika. What happened was, here in the Greenway, we were able to grow our mushrooms. We were able to get exactly, what we needed to give to Rico, and we discovered not only about, the mushrooms themselves in the Greenway, but kind of the beginning of it all. Apparently, Rico was there at the descent, the very beginning of the destruction of Solomon, trying to, end it all, and then Erlen trying to kind of take control of things. And apparently, he put a ban on the Greenway because he was sure it was going to die, and anyone that went over there was going to be lost, and he didn't want to lose people. But Rico, with a bunch of others, came over anyway. Right? They came over anyway, and apparently a lot of people didn't make it as they tried to fix things. Apparently it was leaking oxygen in places. Obviously it was very inhabitable for a good portion of time, but they persevered. And over time, they did research and they tried to fix things. There was apparently this poison of mold and stuff, but from it grew a new mushroom that essentially provided an antidote. And Rico kind of came to the conclusion, after we gave her the various samples, that the Greenway is not just alive in this typical way, but has essentially gained some sort of sentience, which we figured was probably the gardener, right? Because we'd met the gardener at least, and we'd gotten our special growth seed, which we currently don't have in our inventory, so we'll get to that in a bit. But apparently it was giving what it needed, and it made its big turn to being actually livable. and they thought it was them, but she's come to realize that it wasn't them, it was the Greenway itself, which we believe is the gardener seeing kind of what needs to be for the people to survive there. And she came to that conclusion because we had given her, club heads, which are these. We had four of them. She needed three of them. We gave them to her, and after extracting from them, she realized that when we grew them, it gave us what we needed to survive. Specifically, from it, we got a stabilizer. The Greenway grew a mushroom, the clubheads, with the varying ingredients within it to give us a stabilizer. And it did the same for them when it gave them the antidote to the variant poison in the area, as well as sustained them. Apparently, it's based off who grows it there. Whoever grows it essentially gets what they need from it. So it seems that we might be able to actually grow stabilizers via the clubheads now, and she'd be able to synthesize it for us, which is crazy. And with that being able, she was very excited about the prosperity of the very prospects of what could happen when it comes to this sort of situation. So we actually were able to finally plant the seed that we got from the gardener. And, well, that's on a timer, as you can see. And eventually, over time, we'll see what actually that happens, right? We might learn more about the gardener and why they're doing what they're doing. But that was basically everything that happened. We've had the cat, obviously. Always feed the cat. And we're good, right? We're kind of waiting on some things, as you can see, and we don't really have too much else. We did upgrade. We got our 3 upgrades, and I ended up upgrading the engage to +2 as well. So now we have 2 +2s, and now we are just sort of waiting, right? But now we can start kind of afresh. Thanks for sticking to the recap. Right, sorry about the recording and everything. I didn't notice. At first, I thought originally that I was like, did I mute my mic? Was my mic muted the whole time? And then I realized when I looked at the thing that I just didn't have my mic selected anymore. It was just no mic selected. I was like, what's going on? And, I checked OBS and all that shit was not working. It was just not working correctly. So new days. Let's just leave in the dorms. Right, we're good. We've been keeping ourselves together with scrap, so we wouldn't have to really use too much. So get a little napsy and sleep in the commune. Ooh, that's we'll replace them. 3 6s and a 5. Let's go ahead and use the scrap, so we'll be good for tomorrow. Oh, we got a lot more time. That's right, we still have one more harvest. We don't really need too much. I don't think there's really going to be too much. I think this still needs one more, I'm pretty sure. We still have time before Rabia's thing. We got a bit, before the draw. For that instance. So yeah, we're just sort of getting through the day, I guess, right? Just make money. Like sell scrap, we don't need to sell scrap. We can play this. Got the 19 cryo. It's pretty good. We also gamble. Yeah, the Tower Balloon, get more. Yeah, why not? Let's just make some money. It's not really there's no real cycles to like push forward, so just kind of get paid, I guess. Oh, I left because I pressed buttons on accident. I was going to make over here actually. 16, but it's safe. You can steal shipments, but it feels real like rude. Like Actually, what's just the steel ship run? What's over here? Oh, that's right. That's right. You can export Wasake, and I can buy a whole ship mine core. I haven't had to buy it, but I thought about buying the fragments, but right now, like, I don't need a ship mine. I know. So yeah, tomorrow. Give allowance buy food. So we got our house. So yeah, so it looks like tomorrow we'll check out with Bliss, because that's gonna take some time. Everything else is gonna take an extra day on top of that. So yeah, working with Bliss seems like it's gonna be it. Get some energy if we manufacture some noodles, but we can sunbathe. Let's yeah. So let's keep gambling. Let's keep gambling. This seems to have the most amount of crowd I can get out of it. Alright. That 4 is a 6, depending on where we place it. So, see if there's a good place. That's +1. The Bataillon is +2. Yeah, there we go. +6. Roll these 2 1s. Well, yeah, like no those. I will take a little nap. Alright, get a little napsy in. Try to get my energy up. Alright, it was neutral, so we got a full thing of energy, so great. Let's feed the cat since we weren't technically here for the cat. Cat's fed. Once we have the 1, spin it. Yeah, that's great. Bypass that, get a little data. Since yet again, I up here to sell the Havenage. Get a little pay from it. There we go. And since we're gonna be hanging out with Bliss tomorrow, let's just go ahead and sleep up there in the apartment. But yeah, no. It's like we're definitely like nearing the end. Like very much nearing the end. I do feel like pretty much at any point we could probably get to like an ending on start. I'm not like in a rush though. I kind of like, oh, sleeper. Mort is waiting for you on your way out. How have you been? Yeah, I've been a little busy. A lot of shit I've been through right now. I see. He nods. That's Mort. Well, I'll get right to it then. Bliss sent me down. We scored another contract and she needs your help. That's the message. He pauses. Look, I know last time the payment didn't come through, but you did good work, and Bliss knows that. Hey, I would have never suspected that a breakup would be so bad that he literally puts a backdoor into your system to steal your money. So that's pretty fucked up. Like it's like I know a hitter. I might call Inkita up, see if we try this nigga down, but it's like, okay then. She's doing her best, you know. It's like, yeah, it's very obvious she's doing her best. All right, see you out there. Before turn strides off, leaving you in the corridor. Time to help Bliss, and maybe this time you think to yourself, it'll work out. Maybe this time, if we're okay, we'll get paid. Complete repair jobs for Bliss. +1 +2 in the air. Saving the crop. Building the 0G farm is tricky. What is... Okay. Sycamore seed. Hypo farm freighter. Okay, that's fine. critical action. Vent a section and you have a better chance of saving the remaining crowds, but you will lose some in the process. The question is, how many? Reinforceable. Alright, so vent a, okay, so welding in a 0G farm is tricky. The torch, the heat, the seal, and everything can damage the crop you're trying to save. The Sycamore Seed internal biome is in trouble. Every action will bring it closer to collapse. Okay, so the biome is fragile as fuck. And if it fills, I'm guessing it'll be gone. Which is why we're trying to save the crops. So this will give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crop saves. It's a good section, but holy fragile biome. Is this if we fail, we lose it all? Like, I think that's what would happen if we failed. We would lose everything. That's a lot of pluses. What is all like? Okay. All right. So I'm guessing. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Holy fuck! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So it wouldn't lose everything. It would give us a big chunk of saving the crop. So it's a big chunk. These are 2 6s thanks to this. These are 2, so I can get a guaranteed 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 3 more. Probably doing it. So let's reinforce the bulkhead. Alright. Alright, each one of these gives you +1 to the crops. I see. Okay. Gotta save the crops. Alright, so. Ooh, I don't want to reroll. We gotta do it. We'll sacrifice the section. A lot of crop saving right there. Okay. So this 3 is a 5, which is a 50-50 +2. But now we have a 6, so we have like a guaranteed. Okay. Alright, so this is a 1. As long as it's not negative, we should be YOLO. Come on, fingers crossed. Neutral. That's all we need. We just need a +1. That's fine. We just need a +1. Just like that. See, we really get through these jobs. You know what I'm saying? Especially because luckily, we don't have anything else that we need to do. So, boom. You and Bliss are floating in the bay airlock, waiting for it to cycle. You pick a few leaves from your clothes as you wait. They float around the chamber as if carried by lazy wind. I'm really clean with this shit. Bliss bows a little. Well, thank you, Sleeper. You didn't do so bad yourself. I was talking about me. I clean work on my end. She checks her tool belt. Seems like we're getting to a good rhythm. The now familiar sequence of clunks and rattles sound off, and then the door hisses open. The moment it does, you know, something has once again gone wrong. What's all this? Bliss asks a confused looking Morts. Besides him are a set of crates anchored to the bay floor. He has clearly just brought them in through the bay freight lock. Mort looks nervously between the two of you before answering. It's payment. He runs a hand along the crate. The Sycamore Seed crew just brought them over, he shouts, but seeing the look of Bliss's face adds, they were very thankful. I bet they were. She clenches her. What the hell is inside? As he didn't know, if he didn't realize when I said that she just sort of smashed the turtle. Bliss definitely kind of quick to anger. Morse leans over and struggles with the catches on each side of the top crate. As he does, Bliss turns to you. Don't say it. Bliss there just face. Don't you dare say it. What? Yeah, I actually, yeah. I'm not trying to get punched in 0G. Just like I get hit and I get floating. Just float off. That's what I gotta say. Because I know what I would say right here in this moment, personally, if it was me. So I'm just gonna say it. Don't. This isn't my fault. Mort finally gets the catch free, and the lid floats open, drifting up into the bay. As it does, a small brown lump floats out with it. Mort reaches out and catches it as it passes him. Is that a mushroom? Liz finishes. A damn mushroom. They really paid us in mushrooms. Bitch, I already grow my own mushrooms. I don't. And that's the thing, right? We need money, we need cryo, we need them chits, we don't need fucking mushrooms. God damn it, they paid us in mushrooms! Not just mushrooms, healed on a clump of tightly packed leaves. Produce. Bliss starts laughing. God damn hyper commune. Should have known they didn't have a chit to rub between them. Yeah, they are a more holistic community where they work in the fields and everyone gets food and stuff and just survive. There's no real money exchange. She knocks a small round mushroom across the bay. Stop, Bliss. Bliss grabs her hand. These are good. Fresh. We can sell them. To who, Mort? Are we running a grocer now? We need cryo, otherwise this whole bay is gonna be shut down. We can't pay for parts with leafy greens. She waggles them in Mort's face. I mean, I could use them. Yeah, it's like I can use them to cook up nonsense, and depending on, I guess, if they grow, they won't have stabilizer in them. I didn't grow them, but at least selling them, we can like get some money, and then you can save some money. You know, since you have food, you know, we can save some money. We can make some money. It's not an immediate payment. It's definitely probably not going to be the amount of payment that we want from it, but we can get some money. Liz raises an eyebrow. Fine, maybe Mort's is right, but what do we do between now and market day? She was saying, what a joke this place is turning out to be. Mort closes out the crates and starts moving them. It isn't that bad, Bliss. It's a step in the right direction. He's looking for money. He's like, yeah, you know what? That'll be great. We'll sell great. We'll make a lot. It's like people, food. It's like, looks like I went into business with a couple of wannabe farmers. I technically am a farmer. I've been doing a lot of good farming too. She laughs. Prove me wrong then. Show me this is a windfall. She kicks away towards the new patched together terminal. Yeah, that's right, new terminal. Until then, I'll be working on how to keep this place open. Morris smiles at, thank you. And it goes back to the crates. You better be on your way too. Alright, well, we got another, looks like 4 cycles to go before we have a new contract. Let's get it down. So, we still have 2 more cycles for Yannick's thing, but I think we only have 1 more cycle before the auction. And the container where it all started? Fuck no, not sleeping there. We have we have a good amount of time for Rico and so we'll sleep here. I slept up there, so well, I have 3 Gorilla. That's nice. I'll feed the stray. I slept up there, I didn't feed him. And we will nap it. The lottery draw is, well, it should be today. Did we make it? Did Mina and I'm gonna have a new life? Let's feed the cat. It's probably the worst I've drawn in a long time. 1 more self-repair just to get that out of the way. Since we have really, we can cook it. So let's see, we cook some garlic caps. Alright. Alright, give us 3 energy. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We don't have great dive. I mean, we have a decent dive, but not great. Alright. Lemon Mina. Let's We'll see how the lottery goes. The crowds are already gathered by the time you get to the shipyard, and you recognize faces among them, people you've worked alongside on the side rail. The intervening cycles have turned their excitement to anxiety and fueled to smile at you. Instead, the nervous energy of the crowd fills the space, creating a feedback look of growing tension. You pick out Lim and Mina and work your way over to them, pushing through the crowd. He silently raises his eyebrows at you. His angst is obvious, but Mina flashes you a huge smile, unaware of the tension. Robot! She shouts, reaching out to you. Yes, I am. A little insulting. I don't know if you just go around just go, human! Yes. Yeah, she's a good kid. She gratefully accepts your hug, leaning against your chest and Lim smiles, seemingly glad to share the weight of Mina for a moment. He's like, God, this child's heavy. I get it. Yeah, kids get big. Quite the turnout, huh? Lim glances around, pulling Mina close. I don't think patience is one of the crowd's strengths. The sound of an argument towards the back catches your and Lim's attention. He's putting it lightly. This place seems set to explode. People are going to be fucking pissed if they aren't on the team. Yeah, it's not great. A riot can definitely break out. Len doesn't dare answer, but the look in his eyes suggests he agrees. This is Esther Enyart of the Celis Foundation. The announcement echoes from the speakers at the shipyard entrance, and shouts of "Quiet!" rapidly follow. I'm sorry I can't be there to meet you all, and thank you on behalf of Syndra Celis for the work you've done on the Cyber Horizon. Most of the crowd strains to see Esther's face, but the small display shows only a ghostly white figure, smudged and unclear. Syndra wanted me to pass on her personal thanks for your commitment to and belief in the Celis Foundation's mission. We chose the Eye for this project because we knew that we would find like-minded individuals here, especially among the ranks of the venerable Havenage Association. Unlike most of the Corps, we neither believe Erland Eye to be a threat or rogue state, but instead an embryo for the formation of a new, decentralized social structure. One where each citizen might be the master of their own destiny. A ripple of impatience runs through the crowd. They didn't come here for a sermon. It's like, are we on the team or not? You're all pioneers. Just like those core citizens who the Sidereal Horizon will carry in cryosleep to the planet that will become the Foundation's first frontier world, Celis 1. At the mention of the destination world, excited conversations break out among the workers. There, our citizens will be able to create their own innovative, bottom-up economic order, aligned with the principles set down by Syndra Celis herself: freedom, resilience, and self-sustenance. This is all thanks to your tireless efforts in the Havenage Yards. As a reward for those efforts, you may know that we are offering a select group the opportunity to join the caretakers of this vision, the staff of the Cyber Horizon who will maintain the vessel during its multi-decade transit through interstellar space. Len turns to you, his eyes bright. This is it. This draw has been formed at random by the central AIs of the Foundation and is final and binding. Please note, only licensed contractors of the Foundation are eligible for this draw. I know you've all been eagerly awaiting this day, and without further delay, I will now read the Celis identification numbers of those chosen for this great honor. A murmur runs through the crowd. Celis identification numbers? Licensed contractors? You've never even heard the term mentioned. This something you were supposed to be assigned? Oh shit. When they throw in some random bullshit at the end where it's like, hey, also, in case you didn't know, you kind of have to be registered through Celis. You have to be licensed as well. You can't just have been working on it. In which case, I don't think fucking we're licensed. I highly doubt we're licensed. We did just kind of float into the eye away from SNR, and I highly doubt we have identification numbers. So what fuck shit is... I got the corporations, man. Corporations. This is like Shadowrun. Just like the corporations, man. Megacorps, fucking Cyberpunk, all the corporations are in charge. Shit really get real fucky. You glance at Lem, but his eyes are fixed forward, wide and shimmering. All around you, people are speaking in hushed tones. like a rising wave. Esther starts reading out sequences of numbers and letters, and panic begins to set in. No one seems to know what's happening. Somewhere near the front of the crowd, someone shouts in celebration. Everyone pushes forward. I'm confused. Yeah, Lim? What, Lim? You turn to see Lim still staring forward. Mina is scared now as the shouts start. Daddy? Someone throws something at the entrance and it rattles against the shipyard doors. You see for the first time, having security stood on either side, scared, arguing between themselves. You feel the anger rise in the crowd. Yeah, I mean, with the very, of course, last second just shift of everything, that you're a registered contractor and you have to have seller's identification. After all this, that was not mentioned at all in the beginning of this. No one knew this. And just, yeah, people are gonna be fucking pissed. People are gonna be fucking pissed because they worked on this with the possibility of getting it, for it to just be pulled from underneath them. So I am not surprised. It's like I said, this is the kind of thing that people are just gonna fucking riot and shit. People are gonna be pissed as shit. If anything, I feel like it would have been better if it was more of a... One, if it wasn't all the bullshit that drove at the end. But two, if, like, you got, like, a ping. You got, like, a message or, like, a ping or something saying that you were accepted in. Right? You don't put everyone together just to tell 99% of the people that they didn't make it. Especially this way. But, yeah, he doesn't move. They might call out names. I can't. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? They're not calling out names. They're only reading identification numbers. And we don't have identification numbers. So they're not going to call us. Oh, man, oh, man, dude, yeah, it's not happening. It's not fucking happening. They fucked us. They fucked us. Lem blinks rapidly, then turns to you. He opens and closes his mouth and looks down at Mina. He sees the fear in her eyes and understands. It's time to go. You lead Lem and Mina out, shoving people aside. As you do, you hear the sound of scuffles emerge at the front of the crowd, of metal canisters bouncing off the shipyard walls. You keep your head down and walk away, the sound of Esther reading all the ciphers echoing above like chaos. The chaos like some strange mantra. When you turn to Lemon, there are tear tracks running down his cheeks, and Mina sniffling into his jacket. You feel the sadness rising in you too. They screwed you. Screwed all of you. You were never even on the list. The feeling's unpleasant as it is familiar. You stare ahead into the tunnel as the security sirens sound out, a signal for the coming violence. Drive failed. Holy shit. This is the first drive we failed. We have been successful in every drive that we did so far. But when it's our real ticket, we failed. The draw didn't go your way. In fact, you never had a chance. All that work. And you saw how long we had to work on the side of the horizon just for us to not even be anywhere near on the docket for them. Not even a thought for them. We were never had a chance. All that labor that we put in, never had a chance. Of course not. Like, fuck them. Well, we gotta keep going. Let's I just wanna go to the Greenway. I just wanna farm. That's all I wanna do right now. I'm just gonna farm. Yeah, some matsutake. We can sell those. We can also cook those up for food. But we're gonna need more grows. Reroll these are all kind of bad. That's pretty good. And then we're gonna need spores again. Alright, let me just check this. Yeah, we're gonna need spores. I just wanna look at the labs. Oh yeah, 2 club heads make a stabilizer. So yeah, no, let's make sure we always have shit growing. Let's get some spores. Yeah, that really sucks. Really fucking sucks. This won't be negative, won't lose energy. We only need a 1, so that's fine. Oh man, I really suck for Lemon because like this was it. This was the plan. Alright, this is what they were aiming for new life and stuff. So it's what are they gonna do now? Not that I don't think they can definitely make a life like here and everything, but that was like the golden opportunity for them, and they got screwed out of it. We got 1s and 2s. We'll use 1 to like sunbathe. We can save 50-50. You know, if it works out great. Nice. You know, a couple payment, but I'm in Mina's apartment. There's a note in front of the unit. Sleeper, gone to find work. Lem. Lem's out, so we can't see Lem for at least 3 cycles. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, let's sunbathe, you know, just yeah, get our energy up. I'm not gonna lie, after that, I think we're gonna call it there. We got a lot of stuff. We're gonna figure out what's going on with Rabia probably after we, you know, sleep next cycle. But I think after just that sort of crushing realization that we were, you know, being screwed over by a corporation, of course we were, fucking Celis, that we're gonna go ahead and end it there. And hopefully going forward we don't have, well, let's be real, we're gonna have more issues. It's no matter how much you do this or anything, you're gonna end up with an issue. Something's gonna be disconnected, something's gonna have an update and like screw up everything, you know, unassign arrow stuff like it did this time. But I hope that you guys enjoyed, you know, this moment in Citizen Sleeper. You know, hopefully only better times going forward. Hopefully, you know, Lem, you know, finds stable work, something to help to, you know, provide a good life for Mina, because I know that's all he wants to do. But I'm Mrs. Cannon, and I will see you guys next time. Later.